Talk a little bit about where you're from.
Well, I was born and raised here in Spokane, Washington, and since that time I've had, I guess you could say, quite an interesting life. It's had its ups and downs, but it's always been somewhat of an adventure of, I guess you could say, self-discovery.
What are your main challenges so far?
Especially this year, since I really have just came out being transgendered, is just being comfortable about being truly who I am and being accepted. So the community I currently live in right now is still fairly conservative, so sometimes I still feel like I have to be on the down low. So it's just learning to get past that.
And so what are you doing to change your community?
Well, I'm trying to create a blog called acceptyourself.org. It's still a work in progress. Hopefully I'll have it up and running sometime this year. And the goal of the blog really is to raise more public awareness about people who are transgendered, telling real stories like myself and other people, and also product information, because a lot of the information out there is so fragmented and incomplete. There really isn't one real central spot where one can go and get all the information that they need. So,
what are some common problems you find in the community for that transgender people have to deal with?
I'd say the main common problem is lack of representation, the lack of knowing, and just very few places where people who are transgendered can go to and be themselves and be accepted.
And what would be a likely scenario, a negative scenario that you might encounter in this community?
Probably just getting really bad looks, glares, being called very inappropriate remarks.
And how often does that happen to you?
Currently that hasn't happened to me, just because I can really pull it off.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I'm not taking hormones right now. I'm just able to put on makeup fairly well
Mm-hmm.
and get my hair done.
Mm-hmm.
So unless somebody were to really look really close at me,
Mm-hmm.
they probably couldn't even tell that I'm physically male.
And so for those people who have a harder time on the physical side, what kind of turmoil do they experience, do you think?
I would say a fair amount of discrimination. So like if they were to go to like the ladies' room, they probably would not be welcome, or even welcome in a male restroom. They would have to find some sort of unisex bathroom or a family bathroom. So just going to public facilities, it can be very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And so you really have to be very picky and choosy on where you go.
What advice would you offer transgender individuals?
I would say my advice would be it's kind of hard to give advice because everybody's different and everybody views themselves differently.
But I think at the core of every minority, there's a similarity. There's something that we all share, a burden sometimes.
I'd say, just trying to find a support group, friends that you can interact with and be with, so that way you can go out there and be true to yourself and not be afraid of discrimination, because discrimination really is a fear thing and it's very threatening, and you got to be able to learn to stand up against it. And so I think really just finding that support. And there is support out there. You just have to really just do your homework and find those people that are like you.